Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me for another 7 Deadly Sins Origins video. Today's video is going to be about how I beat the very first boss on Timespace Junction using Escanor's Sword and Shield build. So before we jump into the boss fight, I'm going to just very quickly show you here which characters I'm using in my team comp and what my gear looks like, as well as how much I've progressed their mastery. So basically I'm running Manny Staff, Tristan on Dual Sword, Gia on Sword and Shield, and Escanor also on Sword and Shield. In terms of masteries, all 4 of these characters are completely maxed out. Escanor has actually mastered all 3 of his weapons, which is amazing because each weapon that you master, you will get an additional potential point for, which makes a huge difference. So we're just going to hop right over here to their potential and I'll show you what it looks like. So Escanor is on 7, Gia's 1, Tristan's 4, and Manny is on 1 potential point. So let's get into it, guys. Alright, so I'm just going to start by saying, like, this boss fight is super frustrating. It had me wanting to quit several times. Basically, like, things can just go wrong so easily. But I'm going to start here with Tristan, and I'm going to try and build up my burst gauge. Whenever he does his attacks, I'm going to dodge behind him and just keep building the burst. And I'll show you in just a couple seconds here. When he runs back to the middle of the circle, he kind of starts up this mechanic where he teleports. So he's going to do that 3 times in a row. You can literally count in your head 1, 2, 3, and on 3 you're going to want to tag your character in and you'll be able to stun him. So what I'm doing here is, now that the burst gauge is built, I'm switching to my Escanor and just kind of throwing all of my skills at him, throwing my ult at him, trying to get as much damage as possible. Escanor Sword and Shield is absolutely just broken. I mean, like, he's so good. I'm finding that I'm liking him more than the Great Sword or the Axe version. Okay, so I've done my damage. He's running back to the circle in the middle, and so that kind of indicates he's going to do his mechanic here. Okay, then, yeah, 1, 2, 3, tag in with Tristan, stun lock him, build the burst again. Gia is very helpful in this fight because you can throw that shield right before he does that mechanic, and you know, it can save your life sometimes if you don't get out of the way quick enough. And Gia's shield is also great with the Escanor comp because her shield increases his fire damage. So here I am just building the burst again, throwing my shield down, hopping to Escanor. I'm going to start getting my damage. Because he's running back in the middle, I know he's going to do that mechanic again. So I'm going to count to 3 in my head, and I'm going to tag in teammate, stun lock him, and come right back at him with Escanor for the damage. I will say, when it comes to tagging in your teammate for this mechanic, you got to be aware of a couple things. 1, you can miss. You can actually tag your teammate in and you can miss him, and you'll still get hit by it, which is incredibly frustrating. It happened to me so many times, and I just didn't understand what happened. But yeah, you can miss it. Also, make sure that before he starts that mechanic that you have some tag gauge. If you're completely empty on your tag gauge, you're gonna be in some trouble because he doesn't stop doing that mechanic. It's not like he does it 3 times and then goes back to fighting. No. He chains that thing the entire fight until you die if you don't stop him. Okay, so same strategy again, build up the burst. Made a couple mistakes here, so I'm pretty low on health. But I managed to get the burst out, get Gia, throw the shield for the extra fire damage, and just the protection, and then just start wailing on him with Escanor. So you kind of throw your ult with Escanor, you hit your triangle, you hit your circle, you do your stomp, which is like the secondary thing you can do with his ult on Sword and Shield, so it's got like 2 phases of damage to it. And as you can see, the burn is just ticking. It's doing a ton of damage to him. And I'm really just trying to play it safe here and not get killed. Most of his attacks, like these ones, are so easy to dodge because they just hit straight in front of him. So you just kind of do 1 dodge behind and you keep attacking. But you just have to be cognizant of the tag gauge and when he's going to do that teleport mechanic, because that's what's going to get you. That mechanic is very, very difficult to kind of get used to. So yeah, I'm just going to keep fighting him here, building the burst with Tristan. Okay, got my shield up with Gia. I like to throw the shield before he does the mechanic, always, just to save my butt. Okay, 1, 2, 3, jump in, stun, get the burst all the way up. I've already got my shield up. And get into Escanor. Same thing, just unload all your skills, unload your ult. I don't really use Manny too much here because I'm really not wanting to switch my characters too often and use my tag gauge. I want to save that for when the mechanic comes up. There just isn't enough time in this fight. When you get him stunned, you only get like 2-3 seconds to deal damage before he comes back and starts hitting you again. So yeah, just keep at him here, keep on top of him. You can see he's running back in the circle, so he's going to do his teleport. I'm ready. 1, 2, 3. There you go. There's an example of how you can miss it. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Missed it again. So I almost lost this fight because I failed to stun him 2 times and stop the mechanic from going on. So luckily recovered it. Still had a little bit left in my tag gauge. Managed to get it on the 3rd try. And didn't even bother with the burst here because he was so low. I just wanted to get him dead. I was worried I was going to get killed before I could finish him off. So yeah, he's running back in the center. Gia, shield, run away, let him come to you. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. He's stunned. He's got his burst gauge here. And Escanor is just going to finish him off. And boom, just like that, guys.